Hey, Ty Brady here with Brady Insurance Marketing in the Ty Brady Way, one of the nation's largest field marketing organizations that helps independent agents achieve a 6- and 7-figure income with the systems and strategies that I'm going to talk about with you today. I want to talk a little bit about decisions, and I want to start with a quote from a good friend of mine. I started doing some personal training with a personal trainer, and I told him what my podcast was going to be today, and he says, hey, I got a quote for you. So this is a good friend of mine, Justin Dees at Dees Muscles, that gave me a quote. And what he says here is, procrastination is the grave in which opportunity is buried. What I want to go over is people's lack of making a decision. There is no wrong decision. The only wrong decision out there is the one that's never made. I hear all the time, or often enough, where people say, I'll do it when this, and this, or I'll get to it after this, and this. If they never make a decision in their mind, with their mindset to make a decision, that's the decision that's never made, and that's where it's wrong. There's never a good time than right now to make a decision. Here's what happens when you make a decision. That wrestling that you have in your mind about should I or shouldn't I, you know what? When you make the decision, it's made. And then what you do is you do your absolute very best to execute the decision you've made. So what you learn is you learn from experience. You're like, okay, I made that decision. That didn't hurt so bad, or that went well, or that didn't go the way I intended it. Well, make another decision. Make that decision and create action behind it. The decision is so crucial to just be made. And don't say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Or don't say, I can't do it because of this, or I don't have that answer. Or you're trying to forecast the outcome. It doesn't happen. The outcome will be what it's supposed to be, but you've got to make a decision. In life, if it's whether you're going to start a new business, whether you're going to go to college, whether you're going to get in a car and drive, whether you're going to go to the grocery store. Every day we make hundreds of decisions, little decisions. Some of those decisions we've already made. You said, I'm going to go to college. So since you were a young child, you said, I'm going to go to college. Or some people say, I want to be a doctor at a very young age. They already made that decision. So when it came time to make the decision, it was already made. They already knew what they were going to do. All they had to do at that point was create a plan and execute it. And create that action. Decision is so important. Remember that quote. If you're having a hard time making a decision, there's nothing wrong with running it past a mentor or running it past somebody that you trust. Now, keep in mind, they're not going to make the decision for you. I think oftentimes people call me and they say, hey, what about this? What about that? Whatever it is, whatever the question is. And I say, well, I would do this, but it's your decision. Don't let what I say decide your decision making for you, because it's your decision and your decision only. I can't make it up for you. I don't want to make it up for you. I will encourage you to make a decision. I'll tell you both sides of, what I think, negative and positive, but you make the decision. As you continue to make more and more decisions, the easier it becomes. And you realize, okay, that wasn't so bad. Or you know what? You want to stay clear of that decision, or completely away from that decision if it was a wrong one, or the outcome was absolutely brutal. And you're like, that my little guy yesterday decided to go in a closed cage with a dog. And you know what happened to him yesterday? He got a little bit afraid, and the dog just wanted to play. He got a little anxious, the dog did. And my boy made the decision to go in there. Was it wrong or right? It was his decision, right? But guess what happened? The gate locked behind him. So then he became more afraid. Came into the house the other day and I said, so what'd you do? He's like, well, I panicked for a minute. But what was the decision he made? He said, I made the decision to reach my arm through the gate and unlock it. So he made a decision. He executed it. He learned from it. But I don't think his first decision was a great one. I don't know that I would encourage him to go in there with a dog that's, a pup that's really anxious and was jumping all over him. That'd probably get me afraid and a little bit of scared too. But I said, are you good? He said, yes. I said, can you move past it? He said, yes. But my point in that is he made the decision to go in there. I wouldn't agree with it, but it was his decision. And then he figured a way to get out by making another decision. With decision, I want to talk a little bit about a schedule too. We have a choice whether we want to get out of bed every morning, right? We have a choice whether we're going to go to work. We have a choice whether we're going to make phone calls. We have a choice whether we're going to send leads out. Or if we're going to, whatever it is, we have a choice. Sit down and create a plan. And with the plan, make a decision. But don't second guess the plan. And this relates to schedule. So I have people call me all the time that say, hey, how can I do more? And I said, simple question. When was the last time you worked 9 to 5? Well, it's been a while. I'm like, okay. So if your results are stagnant and you're not seeing the results that you want, just start by making a decision to work 9 to 5. And with that, say, okay, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to get on the phone. Or at 9 o'clock, I'm going to check my emails. Or at 9 o'clock, I'm going to call XYZ, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. But say, and block it out. Okay, 9 to 10, I'm going to make phone calls. And then from 10 to 11, I'm going to answer emails. And then from 11:30 to 12, I'm going to do lunch. But make sure you stay on task and you make the decision that you're going to do it. You will be amazed at the results that you see by creating that schedule. I'm not asking you to work from 9 to 9. I'm not asking you to work 9 to 12, 9 to 5. Like you're punching a clock if you're self-employed or you're employed by somebody paying you an hourly wage. Just work 9 to 5. But in those parameters, make decisions on what you're going to do. If you're going to send birthday cards out, say I'm going to do that from 12 to 1. And then from 1 to 2, you're going to call referral partners. Whatever it is, fill up your day with the decisions that you made and execute them. You'll see the results at the end. You won't be stagnant, and you'll overcome a lot of things in your own mind and lack of decision making. Here's one more thing for you. I have people that start in this business. They're very hungry. They're very eager. They got that fire, and they'll do a lead order, and they'll call referral partners, and they'll go and do events. They'll do all these things that people tell them. And then 4 to 6 weeks goes by, and they start selling a lot. And they start getting all the results from the plan that they made and all the action that they did a month prior. And then what happens? They stop doing what they've done, and then they have a bad month. And then they say, well, wait a minute, why did I have a bad month? Well, you had a bad month because you weren't doing the things, the little things, like calling your referral partners or doing events or sending out birthday cards. They failed their plan. They failed to make decisions. They failed to do what was right and where they saw success in the beginning. I'll finish with this, the quote from Justin Dees. And what he says here, procrastination is the grave in which opportunity is buried. Make a decision, make a plan, execute it. You will be rewarded. You will see the results that you're anticipating, but you've got to make up your mind. You can't wait for the perfect day. You can't wait for the perfect opportunity. There is no such thing. Stop procrastinating. Don't wrestle with the thoughts in your head. If you think it's a good idea, it serves you well, do it. Let me repeat that. If you have a decision to be made and it serves you well, do it. It's that simple. I look back at some of the decisions I've made, wrong or right, but I would not be in the position that I am today without making decisions. Now, I know a lot of people with the lack of making a decision, they're not where they want to be. It's powerful to make a decision. You'll become more confident, you'll become more aware, and it'll be easier to make those decisions down the road. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ty Brady Way. As always, share, like, and subscribe. Go to Instagram at ty.r.brady. And as always, love hearing from you.
and let me know what you want to learn on the show or what you'd like me to bring up on the show. Thanks.
You can find the Ty Brady Way on Instagram as well as Facebook. To stay connected with giveaways and Ty himself, go ahead and follow at ty.r.brady on Instagram as well as Facebook. This podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Whitney Faith Media Marketing. And the theme music is an excerpt from Hot Chicken of the Woods by Isaac Joel.
Welcome back.